Alright, recording on my end.
Cool. Recording on my end as well.
Recording on my end. Oh, there's a nice little freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, looks like it's going all right. Close all windows that are not needed.
There we go. Excellent. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Echo. So this playthrough was for Thankmas was, I believe it was Tats who came up with it. Terry Candlestick.
Yes, that
So-
was my idea. Very enthusiastic.
Indeed.
Oh,
Got a little
And
cold feet
so-
because of the recent Echo drama, but hey, we decided to just press on ahead.
That's right. Ratings.
and we do appreciate it, Kaiser. I know it was really rough on you, so I really do appreciate it, brother.
And yeah, are we gonna do intros too right now?
Yeah, we can do intros. All right, everyone. My name is Fenway. You all know me. You know what I do, where I am, all that good stuff. You can find me on YouTube. It is on under my webcam. You can see all my info there. See my socials and everything. And yeah, I'm on Twitch. I'm on YouTube. I'll send it on over to the rest of you guys. So,
And
Tats,
you-
what you got?
You know me. I'm on here. I am Tats. You can find me as Terry Candlestick on YouTube, and you've probably seen me quite often as the foul-mouthed counterpart of Finmir on several series, usually on previously Fridays, currently Mondays. I'll send off to Lickeserhund.
And I'm Kaiser Hoon. You can find me on Twitter as that, as well as the YouTube channel Welcome to Echo, where I've been trying to get things together to make an adaptation of the Echoverse, which is this game, Ad Astra, and used to be the Smoke Room. Again, that drama was really kind of biting me because it's like, months of work wasn't down the drain, but we're here now and we're gonna do this at least. So.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Hey, yeah, I'm just trying to get the game sound to actually pick up echo now for some reason.
Yeah, I know. For some reason, OBS was just completely fighting me on it.
I mean, it worked before, so that's strange.
No, okay.
I mean, hey, on the bright side, we wouldn't have to worry about any kind of copyrighted music, right? It's just quiet the entire time.
Something broke.
Okay, maybe I have to take it off of that and then put it back. Oh, explore.exe echo? No, that's no.
That is the wrong idea.
Okay, I got it working. You have to take it off of it and then put it back on. Then it works. All right, and are you guys ready?
I am ready for that new game. Let's go. New game plus. Echo.
All right.
I'm ready.
All right, hitting new game.
Let's go.
I knew you'd be back. You all come back eventually. Why do you try to run away in the first place? Doesn't matter. Even though you're here, you're going to try and run again. Just stop. Because just like this town, you're only moving in circles. Saturday.
Yeah, Mom, I brought it. No, I've got everything. No, TJ's with us. We picked him up yesterday. No, I did call you yesterday. There was no answer. Fine, yeah. I'll try once more next time. So of course they're clean. Listen, I'm driving right now, so yeah, I shouldn't be on the phone, should I? I'm gonna hang up. Okay, I love you too. Bye.
I sigh and finally hang up the phone, dropping it in my lap. TJ next to me in the passenger seat stretches back and scratches behind his ear.
Okay, who's gonna do DJ? Should I do DJ?
Aw, that's cute. It's been a while since I've seen your mom. How is she?
I shrug.
Fine, I think. She wouldn't tell me if she wasn't anyway.
TJ taps a foot against the dashboard before yawning.
Wow, it feels like we've been driving for days.
Normally, TJ wasn't one to whine. The long drive was obviously getting to him. It was getting to all of us, honestly. I looked over at him.
We're almost there. Why don't you just listen to some music or something? My phone's been dead for the past 2 hours. I don't know if I didn't know it would take us 8 hours to get there.
I sigh. Whether that dig was purposeful or not, I still feel a little embarrassed. I'll admit I got us lost for a few hours. Route 93 is hard to find, even with the GPS. It's no wonder that Echo is in the state it's in.
You
You
should have brought a book. Those don't run out of batteries.
I look up into the rearview mirror and see Jenna holding a hefty book titled Cognition. TJ sighs.
All my books are on my phone. Why don't you listen to the radio?
TJ starts to reach for the dial.
Don't bother. All we get out here are hick stations. I have some music on my phone, though. Do you have an aux cable, Chase?
In this clunker, no. But like I said, we're almost there.
Just having the three of us here is a little awkward, unbalanced. I wonder if completing our little group will bring back that old chemistry. Thinking about seeing Carl, Flynn, and Leo again makes my heart skip a beat. Take exit 127 onto Flint Road. I jerk back into the present and press on the brakes as I swerve into the exit ramp.
Whoa! Sorry. Chase, come on, pay attention.
DJ adds a little giggle to lighten the chastisement, but my face gets hot anyways.
Hey, me and Jenna went 3 hours out of our way to pick you up from CCU. You could have taken the bus. No, I'm grateful. I just rather not be in this. I just rather this place not be. I just rather this not be the place I die.
We continue down Flint Road for about 15 minutes in silence while I avoid the ever-increasing number of potholes on the road. I think we're all a little nervous now as we get closer to our destination. Unsurprisingly, there isn't another car in sight.
You guys excited?
I look into my rearview mirror again and see that Jenna has put down her book, staring out the window. I actually haven't given a whole lot of thought as to how I feel about the whole thing. Alright, Chase, how do you feel?
Yeah.
Finn says as he sits back in his chair, you reclining on his sofa. He's got a notepad and pencil prepared to write down your response.
Yes, because I properly routed this entire game so that we can min-max all Chase's affection points.
That's right. That's right. Tats needs to. We all need to like specifically specialize in a single attribute per character, so that we're all as good as we can possibly be, and only use the skills that we are specifically there for.
We must be the goodest boys.
That's right.
Which is
So
easy
who's
for Cliff
playing?
too. He rolls a nat 20 for his gardening skills.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Absolutely.
So who's playing the God Wizard? Who's playing the cleric who can revive everyone constantly? And who's playing the rogue? Because who needs a fighter when your rogue is just buffed into oblivion?
Well,
Dark Shadow Rogue.
well, Cliff is the Grand Wizard, but he's not in the game. TJ would actually be the rogue because he's like the fastest and has the most dex.
Leo's got to be the warrior. Oh wait, he's not a warrior. He's gone. Let's play
He'd probably be a barbarian or something. Barbarian that like looks at his decisions and all the consequences and is just like, and then just spends the rest of his life.
He goes blood, death, and true love. Just goes crazy.
You must have true love.
All right, Chase, go for it.
It'd be great to see everybody again. It's been way too long.
I met Echo. Are you excited to go back?
Oh,
I didn't really know how to answer that. Is excited the right word? Sure as hell's stressful.
as long as we can go for a hike. I don't want to just be sitting around the motel all day.
Well, it beats having a heat stroke in the desert. Are you seriously hiking the trail?
Oh, come on, it'll be fun. At least I know Chase will come.
TJ smiles at me, raising his eyebrows. It's too hard to say no to such an eager face, at least right now.
Yeah, of course.
Anyways, it sounds like you've only got the boys on your mind, Chase. Leo, maybe?
Make a slight right onto Lake Emma Road. I ignore Jenna, pretending to be distracted by adjusting the GPS. A few more minutes of silence pass before Jenna speaks up again.
So, this news thing you're making, what's it about exactly?
I swerve a little to avoid another pothole.
A news packet. If you remember, that was that crazy thing that happened in the early 1900s. I read a little about it, and it's pretty fucked up. I mean, there's prostitute cats and bootlegging and all sorts of things.
I'm
Chase, language.
I'm just imagining the like non-Frey watching this, who's seeing a biocat as a prostitute and just their mind is exploding as they're confused.
It's just like that. It's just like that cat with like the mind explosions, with, like differing like galaxies and crap just flowing by.
It's a cat of the night. Okay, Chase, go for it.
Just thought I'd do a little more digging. Honestly, though, I do need to make something that looks good enough to pass with.
Well, that sounds kind of fun. Are you going to have enough time to hang out? I know Leo made some plans.
Oh,
This
did he?
whole thing, this whole thing was Leo's idea, actually. When I had told him that I'd be coming down to Echo for spring break, he suggested we all use it as an excuse. He says he hasn't been the same since the three of us left.
Yeah, I should. I just need a little B-roll shots of the old creepy locations. Shouldn't take too long.
I catch a flash of blue and see the lake out to our right. The conversation dies down a bit, and pretty soon we're all lost in our own thoughts. Finally, we round a bend and I start to catch some glimpses of the town. The tall, rusted signs for the gas station and the motel loom over the rest of the old community. Lake Emma Road merges right onto Main Street, where the motel is at. Soon enough, we're turning into the parking lot. There are only a few cars in the parking lot. I park in the closest spot next to the door and switch off the ignition, relieved to be done with the driving. I sit back for a moment, rubbing my eyes.
I hope you're grateful, TJ. I never want to drive that long again. Thanks, Chase.
TJ hops out of the car, clearly happy to be out.
Dude.
I think it's like
Yeah.
you're stretching. It's the long stretch after you haven't moved.
Yeah.
It's a big stretch out after you haven't moved for about 8 hours because you've been stuck in a car and you can't really move.
I choose to interpret that he just doesn't like the motel.
TJ puts TJ puts his paws on his back and stretches out from toes to ear tufts. I hear a few cracks.
Gosh, it feels good to get out of there.
I smile as I follow him out and stretch as well. I smile as I.
Chase thinks is less flamboyant. Yeah, they'll never guess he's gay. Cleanliness for cure.
I smile as I follow him out and. Okay. All right. But all right. As soon as I say he stretches, we all just do it. I smile him as I fall. I smile as I follow him out and stretch. As well, though less flamboyantly. It's good to see TJ reverting back to his old cheerful self.
I made the reservations. Yeah. So I'll check us in. You boys want to bring in our stuff?
How are they going to do that if they don't have the room key yet?
They'll figure it out. They can use the best key of all, foot.
The Sparta key.
Yeah, that's the Archer's key. That's the key they use in Archers.
I think that's the key of Thermopylae. Is that what it is?
The key of Thermopylae. The key of Damocles.
Leonidas' skeleton key.
Keonidas.
Keonidas.
Okay, TJ, go for it. Me and TJ head around to the trunk of the car, getting our bags out and camera equipment while Jenna heads inside. I'm pleasantly surprised. Well, it's a bit musty. The room is spacious and generally clean. A lot more than I was expecting from a town like Echo.
The tiniest
Although-
microwave.
Mm-hmm.
A 2-watt microwave.
Oh.
It's an easy bake oven. They overclocked, yeah.
Although I've lived in the town for most of my life, I've never actually been in the motel.
Hey, this is nice. And 2 double beds. That's like quadruple beds.
Yeah, I thought I'd get one of the nicer rooms since everything here is dirt cheap.
TJ sets his bags down on the bed.
So I guess this will be me and Chase's bed. Jenna can have her own, obviously, because she's a smelly girl. She's stay over there.
Musky fox. That's nice of you, TJ. Anyway, here are your keycards. And whatever you
Yeah.
do, don't use the coffee maker. They're charging me extra.
She hands both of us our key cards, which I slip into my back pocket. Then she chastises us about using the coffee maker and says it's a bad idea. While TJ lays down on the bed and stretches. Ew!
We all lay down on the bed. Just,
It's just gonna be a running joke.
yeah, it's gonna be a running joke. We wake up every morning, beginning of each day.
As I continue to make random noises.
Yeah. Alright, TJ, go for it.
So when are we gonna eat? I'm starving.
My stomach grumbles. We haven't eaten since breakfast, and it's late afternoon at this point. I pull out my phone, checking over my texts with Leo.
Leo said he's gonna bring us some sandwiches from the diner. Did you tell? Yes, I told him to substitute the bread with lettuce for yours, TJ. Nice!
All right. Well, I've texted everyone that we're here. Let's at least unpack. It's going to get crowded, and I don't want all our stuff in the way.
Half an hour later, we've got all our stuff packed away in the motel drawers. Now I'm sitting on the bed, toying with my camera equipment while TJ watches TV and Jenna organizes her schoolwork.
You know this is a vacation, right? And didn't you already get into grad school? You should relax.
That's exactly why I need to keep. That's exactly why I need to be keeping up.
There's a knock at the door, and, being the closest, I get up to answer it.
I'll get it.
I look through the peephole excitedly and see a beanie cap with a pair of some very familiar horns poking through it. I grin as I unlock the door and swing it open.
Carl! Jeez.
I slap paws with him and pull him into a hug,
Then we
and
both
immediately get a
stretched.
whiff of the pungent scent of pot. Despite that, his embrace is warm and plush, and his belly squishes against my body like a pillow through his jacket. There's an underlying sturdiness, though, and I feel his biceps bulge around my shoulders. Had he been working out? Put my paw on his shoulder and push him back, looking him over. He's changed a bit since I've last seen him. He's definitely bulkier, and the fur on his face is a bit shaggier. His eyes are a little red, and his expression is a little glazed, like he's daydreaming about some place far away from here.
Still getting blazed, huh? You know it.
His jokey nature drops a bit as he gives me a genuine smile.
It's good to see you again.
I feel warm inside as I smile back.
You too.
Is that Carl I hear?
Sorry? Carl and I step back into the room, the ram remaining slouched as we do.
Hey, Jenna.
Carl! How have you been?
Not bad, just living life like I'm a bee.
It sounds like he's starting to sing the lyrics to a song, but he trails off as we all look at him expectantly. He just smiles back.
Huh? Hey, is that TJ? Hi!
Though he's smiling happily, TJ is outright crinkling his nose.
Still up to your old habits, huh?
Carl shrugs. I'm starting to remember that it's something he does a lot. It's his answer to almost everything. He gets quiet for a moment, then I clap my claws. I clap my paws together.
So, what have you been up to, Carl? You're not online that often.
Carl shrugs.
Oh, just hanging out.
Must be kind of boring, considering it's Echo.
Well, I have a secret boyfriend, but I'm not going to tell you guys.
Yeah, screw you guys.
I'm not going outside helps. You've been able to find a job? I know they closed the old corner market that you worked at. Yeah, it's been kind of hard since pretty much everything's closed around here. On top of that, I still have a car that can get me to Peyton. Ooh, that's right. I'm Canadian, don't you know? You crashed the one your parents gave you.
TJ is grinning sympathetically, but Carl hunches further into himself, looking sulky.
Man, don't kill my vibe, dude.
What about school? Been thinking about going back?
Not really, baby.
Carl's starting to lose that faraway look as he narrows his eyes.
You should! You went for what? A semester? That's not really enough time to tell if you're really cut out for college. Classes are easier to handle once you get used to it.
Yeah, well, it wasn't exactly the schoolwork that was the problem. You could try smoking less weed. That might help. Was I set up for an intervention or something? I can quit whenever I want. I just want to toke right now.
Sometimes a
Yeah.
stogie's just a stogie.
Yeah, man, I can quit anytime I want to. Carl looks over at me. Carl looks over at me as if asking for help.
Hey, don't look at me. I had to deal with them for the past 10 hours. Yeah, I guess I just forgot how naggy they can be. That's because we care about you, Carl.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure Chase has been missing you ever since you left school.
Carl and I were in the same class throughout school. Carl and I were in the same class throughout school. As a result, we entered college together. We even roomed together for that one semester, which was a lot of fun. I, of course, had missed him. Carl seemed pretty eager to get off the topic, though.
Speaking of school, didn't you get accepted into Weston, Jenna?
Yep, going into experimental psych. I start in the fall.
That's pretty cool. Congrats.
Carl turns back to me.
And you're into journalism, right?
He looks over at the equipment, looking confused.
What's all things? Can we make a porn with it? Oh yeah, it's one of the reasons why I'm out here. That worked oddly well. I'm doing a new segment on Echo. Sounds like the feel-good movie of the year. The boy. That's what you get out of the feel-good town in the century, Carl. Yeah.
Carl scratches his muzzle before turning to TJ.
And you're doing what again? Sports something Bible Olympics? Athletic training, but yes, it's a Christian school. Super. So we gonna eat? I'm hungry as hell. I could eat a horse, but there's none left in the town. Hell, this is a little extreme there, Carl. Not even you could be that hungry. I'm sure. Where's Leo? He's bringing sandwiches, right?
He actually just texted me that he's here. He was picking up Flynn.
So we're all gonna be here, just like old times.
DJ almost looks like that kid Lynx again, his ears twitching around with excitement.
Oh, they're here.
I grip the bedspread and watch as Carl moves around the corner to open the door. I hear it open, followed by the distinctive deep brassy voice of Flynn. Who's doing Flynn?
I can do Flynn, Leo.
Okay.
Hey, why are you getting the door, fatty?
To get my sandwiches, dick face. I've got like munchies like a mother. Where are they?
Leo has them. Here he is. Hey, they all in there?
My heart skips a beat and my tail thumps the bed as I hear Leo's high baritone. There's some bustling before they start coming around the corner, bringing me face to face with the rest of my childhood friends. Flynn comes first, slinking in casually, his posture loose and relaxed, slouching. Unlike Carl, though, his slouch makes him look like he just doesn't give a fuck Unlike Carl, though, his slouch makes him look like he just doesn't give a fuck, as opposed to just trying to make himself seem smaller. He wasn't a shy guy, as evidenced by his open shirt.
And who are you calling Dickface?
Flynn knocks Carl on the head, which makes a loud thunking sound, but Carl just grins throughout.
Hey, Jenna, TJ, Chase.
He nods to each of us in turn, rubbing his knuckles. Immediately following him, his arms wrapped around two big brown paper bags, is Leo.
Oh, Daddy's
He smiles over the tops of the bags, sweeping the room with his eyes along with his tall rectangular ears. He pauses on Jenna, then TJ, before finding me. His face immediately breaks into a full-on grin as he walks over to the bed I'm sitting on, setting down the bags. As he comes to a stop in front of me, I reach out my paw and slap his, like I did with Carl. Instead, he grabs it to yank me up into a tight bear hug, nearly squeezing the air out of me.
Yes! Man, I missed you.
Just like Carl, it seems like Leo's gotten bigger and stronger. He lifted me up without even trying. The tension I've been feeling in my chest melts away like an ice cube on an Echo sidewalk. Everything's fine. All that worry about how he was going to react was for nothing. The hug is lasting kinda long, though. I can feel everyone else looking at us.
And just like that, he forgets we exist.
Leo finally does pull back, then smacking me on the shoulder before turning to greet Jenna and TJ. I shakily sit down, feeling a whole lot better now that the introductions are out of the way.
Fuck. Leave Carl in a room for 5 seconds and it smells like a goddamn skunk sauna. The weed is just oozing out of your pores at this point.
Flynn theatrically plugs his nostrils as he pulls the window open a crack. Carl rolls his eyes, slouching further and jamming his paws into his pockets.
Oh, shut up. I think everyone here agrees that my smell is a lot better than your shedding. Nothing like leaving a big pile of lizard dust on the couch for the next person. And by the way, dude, that's concomitant with speciesist.
And that lizard comment wasn't?
Flynn turns to me, fanning the air in from outside with his hand.
What's worse, Chase? Carl's smell or my dusting off?
Dusting on. That's not even a thing. Tracy's wife flicks that chip off me with every step I take. Except when I scratch my ass. There's like a blizzard of dead skin. And some of it might even land in your mouth. That's what you should call it.
Hey, you furballs do it too. It's just less noticeable. Either way, it's hot in here.
Are you cold-blooded and my secret boyfriend that I'm not going to tell anybody?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
We're not official yet.
Trying to do my job here.
I'm trying to do my fucking job.
What's the only part-time?
Someone turned down the goddamn thermostat.
Somebody turn down your language.
TJ says it to him like a cheerful kindergarten teacher, pep talking a student into using his words. They stare at each other for about 5 seconds. Flynn's expression is like a stone, while TJ slowly loses his smile.
Well, Jesus but fucking Christ. I'll be sure to watch that.
TJ actually looks pretty upset, but Flynn just reaches out and yanks him into a chokehold. The much shorter Lynx is easily dwarfed by the lizard.
Oh, shut up, you priss. I'm just kidding.
TJ half-heartedly fights the hold. I guess TJ thought he'd get some respect now that we're all adults.
Hey, ow! You still said it.
Normally I might step in to help, but it's been a while since I've seen Flynn and TJ go at it. It's just too funny to stop.
Look, no lightning. So much for your almighty God. Oh!
TJ jabs his elbow back into Flynn's stomach, doubling the lizard over for a second.
See? God works in mysterious ways.
Flynn reaches up and grabs at one of the tufts on TJ's ears and yanks, earning a yowl from the feline. Species features was something we made up to make our tussles a little more fair. It involved any distinct physical difference between our species that might pose as a disadvantage, like my tail, Jenna's ears, TJ's ear tufts. Carl was especially keen on it. Being a ram, his horns were often used as leverage against him.
TJ, come get your sandwich.
TJ finally yanks himself out of Flynn's grasp, smoothing down his fur as he tries to look as dignified as possible.
Well, I can see things haven't changed.
With that, TJ walks over to the table to get his food. I can't help but laugh.
I think TJ won that one technically. Or did he might have found one too. Flynn's got a soft lizard belly that I like rubbing.
Flynn snorts, rubbing his stomach.
Don't even try to tell me about soft, asshole. It looks like you swallowed a beach ball.
Well, I am a goat. They look yummy. Speaking of which,
We all pass the bags around and get our food. A chicken sandwich for Jenna and TJ. A chicken sandwich for Jenna and TJ. Roast beef for me and Leo, and 3 large veggie burgers that almost take up their own bag for Carl. Flynn, as usual, isn't eating anything. I think it's a lizard thing. I keep my seat on the bed as I unwrap the foil around my sandwich. The smell wafts up from the beef, making my mouth water, and bringing some memories up with it. We'd spent many nights at the old diner. I can remember the night me and Carl graduated. Leo took us all straight from Peyton High to the diner, skipping out on the all-night graduation party for sandwiches and milkshakes. I take a huge bite, and a yellow bell pepper slips out the other end, landing back on the foil.
Whoa, slow down. You're going to choke.
Suddenly, I'm almost falling over to the side as something heavy plants itself next to me on the bed. I quickly grab a napkin and bring it to my muzzle, wiping away the grease.
Leo?
Leo chuckles at my embarrassment and unwraps his own sandwich.
Sorry if the bread is a little soggy. Garabo over here took his sweet time getting to the car. Hey, working in town hall is serious business. I don't have a family business I can just waltz out of like you.
Hey, Flynn, I'll bet I could eat this whole burger in one minute.
Is that a fucking joke? Of course you can. Your mouth unhinges like a snake. You can swallow the whole damn. You can swallow all 3 of those sandwiches in one gulp if you wanted to.
Yeah, but what about 2 burgers?
Don't choke, Carl.
I decide to keep the conversation on Leo's job, since that is the whole reason why he's still here.
Is business still pretty good?
Yes, the pattern's getting bigger. So is the number of customers.
I guess it's a good thing your dad moved out of Echo, huh?
For sure. The place is turning into a ghost town. It probably will be in another decade or 2.
Or by 2020.
Probably.
Probably.
Well, no, never mind. That's when the sequel takes place in this ghost town. By some standards, it already is.
I take another bite of my sandwich, biting right into another bell pepper. I'd forgotten how good the diner food is. I notice TJ sitting next to Jenna at the table, picking unhappily at his lettuce-wrapped chicken. Jenna seems to do as well as she leans towards him.
What's wrong, TJ?
It's just... Never mind, it doesn't matter.
Are you sure? Would you like to tell me about that? How do you feel?
How do you... Yes, what's your cognition of your sandwich, TJ?
You
It's just the mail. I forgot they put it on everything here.
Have to? Of course, we don't have to, but it's been a long time. And if the town is making it look better, it could be fun.
Right, so it looks like Kaiser's back.
Hmm.
So we just went on. So next line is yours. You can take over again, Kaiser.
I have no idea where you guys are at.
No worries. We are at Listen Chase
Yeah, it's past the point
by
where
Leo.
it's past the point where Jenna swapped out her chicken with TJ's sandwiches.
Okay.
And it's back to the point where Leo has that bell pepper hanging out of his mouth.
Yeah, it's Chase and
Keep
Leo
going.
speaking. Chase is talking about doing something that Leo isn't particularly keen on, it seems.
Yeah, going to Lake Emma after it's been updated.
Okay, so yeah, after parents let me live in the house, we already
Yeah, then past that.
people looked at
And
it.
now we're at Listen Jess. Listen, Joss.
I feel my face burn a little under the fur.
And then your next line is, sorry, it was a dumb idea. It's when you get there. The screen just shows Leo.
Yep, kind of important, like history, which we don't have to. Oh no, I think I just went over the line.
Right click on Leo's nose. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, boop the schnoz.
Boop the snoop. Boop the snoop.
Of course we don't have to. It's been a long time, and if it's making the town look better, it can be fun.
Yeah, that's where it is.
Mhm.
Listen, Joss. Go ahead, Finn. Just do it again. I feel my face burn.
Oh, sure. I feel we can right click?
Yeah, we can right click and we'll go back a line.
Oh, okay. I feel my face burn a little under the fur.
Sorry, it was a dumb idea.
No, Joss. If we were here, if it were up to me, I'd definitely do it. It's just...
Leo looks towards Flynn, and I do as well, finding him still bantering with Carl.
It doesn't matter how fucking fast you eat. I'm not gonna be impressed.
He's got that classic Flynn look on his face, where he's pressing his lips together, trying not to smile.
What if I ate all serene?
You've already eaten most of the first one, so that's not gonna happen now, is it?
I look back down at my sandwich. I suddenly feel really guilty. Here I am, after 3 years, just assuming that I know how everyone feels. Now I kind of feel like an imposter. Leo notices, like he always did, and nudges me on the shoulder.
Hey, don't worry about it. It's not your fault.
Suddenly, Leo's ears perk up, and I know he suddenly had an idea. His ears made him easily readable, and just as reading people came easily to him. It made it all the more impressive that he was able to tell what most of us were thinking, considering my short, stubby ears, or Flynn's lack thereof.
Listen, there's a cool spot by the river that's actually pretty close to the lake. We could have lunch, and you could walk over and get your shots.
The idea makes me feel a bit better.
Alright, that could be fun. Also, the motel doesn't have a pool, so it'd be really nice to get a swim in something.
Heh. Otters and their waters. Anyway, I'll have to ask Flynn, but I think he'll be okay with it. What would really impress me is if you didn't eat the rest.
What? You're a funny guy, Flynn. Munch.
Carl goes right back to shoving the next burger into his mouth as Flynn looks on in mild disgust. He suddenly notices us watching him and gives us an odd look, but that slowly morphs into a smirk as he focuses on Leo.
You're looking pretty happy over there, Leo. Not like you've been for the past 3 years.
I furrow my brow in confusion and look up at Leo. I see him shift, and he's giving Flynn a look that I don't quite understand.
Well, of course, I'm happy to see us all back together again.
I look from Leo to Flynn, and it's pretty easy to imagine a bolt of energy between them.
You should have seen him, Chase. He'd go days without smiling.
Reread. Leo's been like a dick ever since you guys left.
Isn't Jenna a counselor? Hey, you should have a session with Leo.
I'm still an undergrad. And I'm not going into counseling anyway. That would just make me sad.
Well,
TJ is busy.
Leo, how do you cognition, Chase?
Expound! Expound!
You see the two tops looking at each, like they like lock eyes for a moment. They're just like, you. TJ is busy trying to hold. TJ is looking. TJ is busy trying to hold his sandwich together and eat it at the same time. Not very successfully, but he looks up as well.
Leo depressed? It's hard to imagine you not smiling. You seem fine online.
Has something been going on, Leo?
For the first time since he's arrived, Leo looks truly uncomfortable. You don't see him like that very often. Flynn, on the other hand, has his trying not to smirk face on. Leo pauses, pinned down by everyone's eyes in the room, and he takes a frustrated breath.
Can't people be sad sometimes? Yes, things have been harder, but I'm fine. I think it's pretty clear that Flynn...
Leo flicks his long muzzle at the lizard.
is just trying to get some reactions.
Sure, I'm just saying you're back to your old self. But seriously, it's great.
Leo makes a snorting sound. I'm about to ask Leo what's so stressful when he lifts his paw up again and takes a bite from his almost finished sandwich. I get quiet as I look at his paw. A silver anchor tied around his wrist with leather. The word otter is etched into the shank of the anchor. The name Chase is engraved into the stock. Why was he still...
Nice.
I jump as TJ's voice breaks through my trance, bouncing on the bed once as I come down. Leo looks at me as the bed wobbles, an eyebrow raised. TJ puts his paw on his muzzle.
Oh, sorry, you were just kind of staring off into space. Yeah, I was just thinking about stuff. What's up? We're all talking about the last game. Didn't you tell me that you saw that movie on the drive here? I really don't get you right now. TJ, The Last Game was the worst of the Lions Brigade movies.
You're just mad because they didn't follow the comics.
Yeah, Carl, as a movie, it was just better. I'm sure the comics are great too, though.
Nah, the comics are shit. Carl tried showing them to me once.
What? See, the problem, they never follow the source material, and no one cares because they have no respect for the originals, man. Which is totally the same problem in Welcome to Echo.
I think we have found Kaiser's real calling. He needs to be an internet critic of comic books.
That's right.
And crossovers.
That's right.
You're way too picky, Carl. The Last Game was a good movie. A great movie.
He can practice his signature line. It stinks.
No way! It's shit!
No, you too, Leo. I don't know. I shootings and the punchings and actually having things happen on screen. Ah, scary. I've always liked Trinity Weasel. She's the thinking man superheroine.
Carl waves his paw dismissively.
The Trinity comics have always been pretty lame. They're just jerk-off fodder for lonely nerds. And so is the movie.
Ha! You should know, Carl. Ha ha ha! You mean like yourself? Ha ha
No, because there aren't any
ha
Gitas
ha!
in it.
Hey! Hold up, we're talking about Trinity now? Julia Blasco. She's hella fine. Never seen an ass on her like hers on a weasel before.
That's
Guess you
because
haven't
it's
been to the
fake.
20s, Flynn.
That's because it's fake. She went down and got herself a Brazilian butt lift or some other stupid shit.
No, I just like the story. It's really kind of deep if you think about it.
It was hard to think about. It was hard to think about when half the shots are slow-mo and she's doing all these flips and backbends and shit.
Hmm? I didn't think that was your sort of thing anyway, Flynn.
Flynn doesn't have time to retort before Jenna shifts her attention, seemingly coming to TJ's defense.
Come on, Trinity does have more story going on than your average superhero movie. I think it's great that you like her character over the meatheads.
Yeah, they just stick in all the boob shots to reel in the dummies, like Flynn.
Because Flynn's totally into that.
Of course, that's easy for someone like you to say. Besides, I see what's going on here. Maybe you should watch Lucha Lobo, DJ. He's shirtless the whole time.
TJ's ears go flat, tufts pointed at the ground.
I'd better stop it with all the saucy talk. The only way this could get any more awkward is if you got sprung.
We all groan in unison, but TJ shoots right back.
And knowing you, that's exactly what you want to have happen. Little Link's boner, just what you want to see. Flynn,
That gets a few surprised chuckles.
damn, TJ's got the zinger. Where'd that come from?
It isn't that it was particular. It isn't that it was a particularly. It isn't that it is a particularly good joke. It's that it's come from TJ that makes it so funny. I don't think I've ever heard him talk like that. Even Flynn can't keep from grinning a little bit. We talk late into the afternoon. At this point, all my worries have disappeared, leaving a happy, warm feeling in its place. It seems silly that I'd been so nervous earlier. In fact, I'm starting to look forward to the rest of the week.
All right.
Leo steps forward, indicating that we should all shut up.
Now, we all need to remember that Chess is here to do his school project, so that comes first. But I did make a few other plans for things that we can do on his off time. I'm pretty sure all of us know that we're going to Southwest Adventures tomorrow, so I'll pick these two up.
He jerks his head towards Flynn and Carl.
And then swing by the motel to get you guys at 9, alright? Sounds good. Then I was thinking about doing some stuff in Python towards the end of the week, but we'll make those plans later. In between those times, we should find time to hang out as well. Make the most of this.
Leo looks about done, then suddenly snaps his fingers as if remembering something.
Oh yeah, chess. I saw you had a camera. Think you could get a pic of us? It would be nice for all of us to have something that isn't camera phone quality.
Well, Leo, if you just get an iPhone.
Those are crap.
Oh, sure. I was messing with the self timer earlier.
Those are crap.
You just drop it 2 inches and it breaks.
It just explodes into tiny little pieces. The little rings pop out everywhere.
I should be able to get it to work. Do, 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 do.
Oh, sure.
Do, do.
Chase's line.
Minutes.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. I was messing with the self timer earlier. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, I read that earlier.
Okay, sounds good. After a few minutes of me adjusting the tripod and Leo adjusting everyone at the end of one of the beds, we managed to get into position.
All right, here goes.
I set the timer and fast walked to the spot Leo saved for me. Man, he really does look super high in that.
Yeah, Carl.
For the next 2 hours, we watch a movie on TV. Not really paying attention, mostly just chatting it up, mostly just catching up with each other on how we'd been. It's good to be back, and it feels like we're all just picking up where we left off 3 years ago. It's really nice. Finally, at about 10, Leo, Carl, and Flynn head out. I spend the next 20 minutes tinkering with the equipment, making sure it's all in order for shooting the next day. Once TJ finishes getting ready for bed in the bathroom, I do so as well before getting into bed, head to toe with TJ.
So that we can 69 all night when Jenna's not looking.
Mm-hmm.
Shh, don't tell.
There's a soft glow from the corner as Jenna sits at the table reading something. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, waiting for her to go to sleep.
Yeah, they start going at it, and Jenna wakes up and goes, "Oh, gross! You are so gross!" Just like
No, she
We
just grabs her
cannot do this.
crowbar and just forces herself in between.
There's a chain attached to my ankle as I walk away from the lake, my legs and feet caked in mud. I look back, seeing the chains snaking back around the rocks and reeds before disappearing into the water. Looking ahead again, I see Leo. He's smiling, waving at me. I walk towards him and the chain stays slack, pulling easily out of the water. There's an anchor in the lake, I say. I stare at him, but he doesn't say anything and just keeps on smiling. I crouch on the rocks, wrapping the chain around my wrist a few times. Leo kneels next to me, rubbing my back and sticking out his arm to compare our bracelets, saying that everyone gets one. He seems happy, but now I'm stuck here. I can't even stand up to walk. Sunday. Alright, I'm going to go use the restroom. And so I'm going to transition it over to. We'll be right back.
It's
all right.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Everyone go take a piss.
Sunday. Ah! Okay, go, go, go.
All right. Well, while everyone's still on break, just want to say again, I'm Kaiser Hoond. You can find me on Twitter at Kaiser Hoond or the Welcome to Echo channel. I'm just kind of glad to be here and trying to help raise money for Thankmas. Um, the link should be on the Twitch page, so that should you want to donate to the Thankmas, or I believe we also have different food-related charity on there as well. Um, I can't see the stream itself, so I don't know if anybody's even here. But if there are, absolutely. Thank you guys for showing up, and hopefully we're doing an okay job so far. I know we're having a little bit of a sides. I'm I'm gonna try not to spoil things too much, but yes, because some of the things I've been talking about aren't in this route; they're in other routes. So, but yeah, Flynn and Carl is canon, but they're secret about it. For what reason, I don't know, but they're secret about it.
All right, so I'm back. Who else is back?
I'm
I'm
back.
here.
All right, you guys
I
ready?
just heard someone fart. Ha 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 ha.
All right, I'm gonna go back to the game in
No,
five,
You
four,
have a
three.
really good microphone then, because mine doesn't. I've been doing it the whole time and nobody's noticed.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to the game in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Peyton is about Peyton is about a bit of a distance away. To get there, you have to go on Route 93, which Flynn tells me isn't even called that anymore. That would make sense, considering how the GPS was how it was impossible to find on the GPS. Anyway, to get out to the city, you have to merge from the remnants of 93 onto the I-40, which runs straight through the city of Peyton. About 15 minutes from Peyton, we pull over at the rest stop, which sits at a higher elevation than Echo. If you're looking in the right direction, it gives you a great view of the town. I stand outside the old rundown restroom, a paw over my eyes as I stare out over the desert. A distant, hazy view of a group of small buildings huddled together signals where the town is. From the from the vicarious distance, from this vicarious distance, it looks small and harmless. Hard to imagine all the things that happened there.
Alright. How do you use this thing?
I look over and see Leo fumbling with the camera, obviously worried that he was going to break it. I walk over and show him how to use it, checking the white balance and exposure myself. It wasn't too good. I wasn't too good with cameras, but the equipment manager at the university had given me a quick lesson on how to do things.
All right, so I want you to zoom out from Echo slowly, and while you're doing that, I'm going to walk in frame, okay?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Leo hoists the camera up and looks through the viewfinder, ears perked up and smiling.
All right, signal me when you're ready.
I adjust the clip on mic while Leo focuses the camera, then raises his paw, signaling that I should start. I walk into the frame, keeping one paw in my pocket and using the other to gesture. I hope I don't look too awkward. I always feel like I do.
Echo first began at the settlement in 1852 after James Hendricks discovered gold in the quartz deposit. The town quickly grew in size and once it began to serve as a junction along the Prescott Railway. It reached a peak of population of 6,500 in 1877. It was at this point a particular phenomenon of mass hysteria took over. Many say the reason occurred due to the discovery of a body within the gold mine and the circumstances surrounding that discovery. While not much is known of this event, what is known is that once it ended when a large portion of the population left Echo. Most of those who left settled in the nearby town of Payton. However, the town still managed to prosper well enough into the 40s. That's when the government stepped in to shut down the mine, and it became federal law to divert all mining resources to the war effort. The town's population sharply declined shortly thereafter, and by the 1950s it dwindled to 2,000 people. A shutdown of the Prescott Railways in the 60s, followed by the bypass of Route 93 by the I-40 in 1986, was the final nail in the coffin for the town. By the 90s, the population had dwindled just to 150 people. And my goal, however, is to investigate the first event which led to this town's decline and possible demise. What happened in that mine almost 150 years ago? I've come to Echo to find out what information, if any, can be gleaned from the events of the past. Surely Glows won't tell us what happened. I mean, that would be crazy if that happened.
Oh, yeah. I'll wait for a few seconds, then look at Leo.
Is that good?
Was I supposed to press start?
What's this blinking red light? I need to punch it.
Should there be a blinking red light? I don't see a blinking red light. Oh, yeah. Don't know how to stop these, though.
This isn't like the camera I used in 08.
But we'll...
That's a prequel joke.
The ballads of canines and bats.
It steals your soul.
And then you go...
As you hold your pinky up to your lips.
Because he's a vampire wolf?
It was a vampire bat, and now it's a vampire wolf.
Well, say that bat, you know, he did like to suck on something.
Here.
I have to put that in later.
I walk over to take the heavy camera off Leo's paws.
That was pretty good. You want to be a reporter?
Maybe. I'd rather just write than be on camera, though. You jeez!
Leo and I walk up towards the car, greeted by the sight of a bright white ram's ass hanging out of the back of the window of Leo's van. I don't really react. I mean, despite being self-conscious about his weight, Carl was pretty shameless about stuff like this. I'd probably seen his naked butt more often than I'd seen Leo's, and that was saying something.
Make sure you get a shot of my egg.
At that moment, Flynn, who's sitting next to Carl in the back, reaches around and yanks the ram's pants down so they hang out around his knees. Even though Carl's pretty quick to pull them back up, I still see a pretty good view of his equally big white balls hanging between his legs. Leo snorts and I can see Flynn laughing his ass off while Carl punches him in the shoulder. Unfortunately for TJ, who's sitting in the middle row with Jenna, he was looking back at the time and probably got a much better view than I did. He's now facing forward, covering his face, while Jenna sits next to him, reading a book looking uninterested.
Nearly 21 and still doing that, huh?
Y'all, it's a little more awkward without you three around, though.
We head back to the car, and I grab the camera bag from the passenger seat and put the camera away.
Hey, did you see my ass? Saw more than that.
Your thing's about the horrors of Echo, right? It'll be a perfect fit. Well, if you could even fit it on the camera. Ha 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 ha! Cottage cheese ass.
I stash the camera bag in a footwell before hopping in. Southwest Adventures is an amusement park right in the middle of Peyton. It's decent enough that people come not just from Peyton, but cities up to 100 miles away to vacation here. Because of this, it's usually crowded, and today is no exception. Families and their kids are everywhere. It's a generally nice day, sunny in the 80s, and it being on a Sunday added to the crowds. I didn't mind though. The point of this was to hang out with my friends.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm starving. Let's get some funnel.
Jesus, Carl. We just got here.
Hey, I didn't have any breakfast. My breakfast pizza was late.
You had breakfast, all right. A blunt with a side of munchies. Hey, it's no problem. We can do that while I plan out what we're doing.
Carl ambles off, on his way to the funnel cake stand.
Just an aside, I've never had a funnel cake, but I always wanted one. But
Yeah, me neither. Like everyone talks about them, they sound good, but especially now I can't have them anymore. Alright.
you just gotta work out. You can. You just gotta work it out.
You just gotta work it
Yeah.
out, bro. Go for a jog, go for a run up through the mines. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Just gotta pick up mountain climbing.
There you go.
Yes, I'm going to slowly become Carl. I will be a goat.
Goat man.
You just have to hop from one like ledge to the next. Tuck, 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 tuck.
You, instead of being the gay king hound, will be the gay king goat.
Kaiser goat.
He likes that, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Be like, yeah, I'm the king greatest of all time. Yep, that's totally me.
You could
I
be.
snagged
You be Kaiser Krampus.
Kaiser Krampus. He just kidnaps children and shoves them into bags.
Shush. That's why I go up the mountain.
Here's my hideout.
I snagged one of the park maps from the entrance and I hand it to Leo.
Alright, so usually when my family comes here, we go clockwise to hit all of the rights. That sounds like a plan. It's pretty crowded today, so we probably won't be able to do everything. But in this order, we'll at least be able to ride Event Horizon.
And have the blood orgy, just like the movie. You sure that line's always so long for that ride?
PJ is looking up towards a tall, spiraling electric red steel roller coaster. It's definitely the most recognizable landmark in the park. You could see it from almost anywhere in the Peyton.
Yep, fastest and tallest roller coaster in the West. I think it would be worth it.
So,
TJ rubs his arm with one paw, the corner of his muzzle twitching a little bit. I'd forgotten about that. He used to have a pretty pronounced motor tic where the corner of his mouth would twitch up over and over again. It used to be a constant thing, but it stopped once we entered middle school. I guess it hadn't completely gone away.
You alright, TJ? We could skip the big rides if you...
Oh hell, TJ, you're a fucking adult now.
no, it's fine. I'm fine. Just haven't been on a roller coaster in a while.
TJ snaps his head back towards us. He's all tensed up, the movement looks like the movement looks like a rubber band being snapped.
I'm riding all the rides with you guys.
Good, brave kitty.
TJ walks off, his paws shoved deep in his pockets. I feel bad for him. I want to give him an out somehow, but when Carl comes back with his funnel cake. It's topped off with ice cream, powdered sugar, and strawberries.
At least he's getting a superfruit.
Well, as you guys know, I already showed you my cakes earlier, but here's more cake. Anyone want to share?
Yeah, that looks really good.
No? Alright, I guess I have to eat the whole thing.
Great. Now we gotta wait for Fat Ass to finish eating.
Earl pulls his face out of the cake. Even with his white fur, I can see the powdered sugar clinging to his chin.
I just lift the plate up and just shove his face directly to it.
Forks are for users. Nah, I ain't even lie. We're going on Event Horizon first. That'll be like an hour long at least.
The line ends up being 2 hours long, and by the time we get to the actual ride, I'm dying to get into the pool of any kind. To put it bluntly, an otter needs water. Part of the problem of living in Echo meant that we didn't have any kind of indoor pool system in our house, being as cheap as it was. We ended up having to get an outdoor swimming pool, which was a pain.
Nervous, Jess?
I smirk at him.
I've ridden it before, Leo. So your tail's kind of down. Are you sure you're not nervous?
Just because my tail is between my legs does not mean I'm nervous.
Come on, Leo. Let's ride in front.
Oh, I don't know.
Jenna's already doing some sea blocking.
I watch as Jenna pulls Leo towards the front of the line, towards the line for the front, which is twice as long as all the others. I opt for the middle, and it just so happens that TJ comes with me. His tuft ears have been poking straight up the entire time, muzzle giving an occasional twitch. I lean over to him.
You know, there's an exit over there for people who to change their mind. I'll bet you can slip out with anyone knowing. It looks like not all of us are even going to be on the same train.
TJ stares straight ahead, clutching onto the railing. I can see his sharp claws unsheathed, pressing into the metal and chipping away at some of the red paint.
No, I'm fine. You sure? Yeah, perfectly fine. Had to see a cat pun to sell my catness. Well, we're in the middle, which is the best place to be if you don't like roller coasters. Yeah, Jay, sure. I don't know why no one's telling me about this.
I really wanted to be able to get TJ to skip the ride, but it seemed like he was pretty determined to do so for some reason. Finally, our train comes along, and I step in as two laughing and panting hyenas step out.
Oh my god! That was the most intense!
Holy shit, dude! I know! I never get scared on rides, and I almost fucking pissed myself! I do a quick check at the seats and make sure there isn't any actual piss before sitting down. I look up to see TJ. Yeah. I look up to see TJ standing on the edge of the platform, his eyes wide, one foot stuck out to get on.
TJ?
Just grab him and throw him. Look, you don't have to ride now. You're on the other side.
A bored-looking teenage fox comes by to check my lap bar and I stick out my paw. Hey! Oh, Chase, go.
Hey, wait, TJ, are you getting on?
The fox goes from looking bored to mildly annoyed. If you're getting on, you need to get on now. We can't hold up the entire ride for you, sir. The exit's that way. The exit's that way, where other adventures await. People around us are starting to notice. Unfortunately, Flynn, who is lined up with Carl towards the back, is paying very close attention, grinning like he knew this was going to happen.
Oh, TJ, too scared? Guess you're a pussy after all. What?
Shut up, Lynn. Hey, TJ, when it gets real bad, just say to yourself, at least I'm not gonna die. Till the end of the round.
Actually, a few people have.
TJ.
I yell up at him, and that seems to jar TJ out of his trance. He almost falls into the car as he stumbles into it, fumbling with his shoulder restraints before the fox attendant sighs and leans forward to do it for him.
The way he just plopped down there and knowing how hard those seats are,
Yeah.
it's probably probably broke a hip bone or something.
Well, I like that they say leaps into the car when this is clearly, what's it, an inverted coaster in the picture.
Yeah, it looks like
Oh, yeah.
one of those where yeah, he jumps down. There's just like the screen goes a little dark. It goes, "You died." That's just Elden Ring.
I can
That's
see
so
the
Elden Ring.
I can see the red on the insides of TJ's ears as he blushes, and I feel my own ears burn a little from the second-hand embarrassment. Now that it's too late, I realize that we shouldn't have started with this ride. We should have started with something smaller to build up his confidence. I'm jolted back as the train moves forward.
Oh gosh!
TJ's paws lash out and latches onto my arm.
Oh no! Why am I doing this?
I reach over and try to move his paw from my arm and back onto the handle of his shoulder restraint.
TJ, hold on to that. My arm. You're gonna. Jeez,
Gee.
quiet.
I pause, staring at the lynx. I'm really not used to hearing TJ yell. He's almost puffed out. He's almost puffed out to twice his size.
I just need some quiet now, and.
Our train begins its ascent up the first hill, and I can feel TJ's claws pricking through my fur into the skin. He starts mumbling quietly to himself, his eyes closed.
TJ, are you praying?
He doesn't say anything, and soon we reach the apex of the climb. I give up on trying to move his paw and sit back. A little nervous myself. I really hope TJ doesn't completely lose it. I rinse the blood off my arm in a dirty theme park bathroom. It wasn't as bad as I thought it could have been, though TJ did start crying when we hit the first inversion. He had scratched the shit out of my forearm, grabbing it with both paws once we started the descent. Unfortunately, Flynn and Carl were still on the platform when we rolled back into the boarding station. Flynn looked ready to lay into TJ again, but when he saw the tears, he had the decency to hold back. I helped the shaking Lynx out of the car, and somehow we managed to stumble into the bathroom where he quickly hid in a stall. I should have forced him out the exit. He's always had he's always had anxiety problems, though I think we all believed it was a childhood thing that he'd gotten over. I still don't know if he takes medication.
Hey, TJ? Yeah? We should probably get back. Leo texted me and they're all waiting by the ride. Yeah, I'll be out in a second.
The cheerfulness in his voice is forced. I ignored the weird looks we're getting from other people in the bathroom and instead inspect my arm. The scratches are pretty superficial, so the bleeding has stopped. No one would notice it under the thick fur, even if it's tender as hell. I hear the stall door open behind me, and through the mirror I see TJ come out. He sees me looking over at my arm, and his face crumples up again.
Dave, I'm sorry. Is it bad?
I really don't want him to start crying again. TJ cried a lot when he was a kid, almost every day, and even at 19. It seems like he's still pretty susceptible.
It's fine, it's fine. Doesn't even hurt. Oh, well, that's good.
We stand there awkwardly for a few seconds. Then I air out my shirt, which is starting to stick to my sweaty body.
Listen, it's honestly gonna get way too hot for me to wait in lines all day. I think I'd rather just sit down and watch some shows or something. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Wanna do that with me? Yeah, TJ, do you wanna
TJ's.
do it with me?
Oh yeah, you wanna do it with me? TJ's ears come up a little, and he clutches his paws together, fidgeting subsiding a bit.
Yeah, Chase, I think that'll be fun.
I can tell he's at least a little relieved. We both head back towards the ride, and I spot the four of them waiting by the exit. I furrow my brow as I spot Carl crouched on the ground, Jenna kneeling next to him and rubbing his back.
Hey, everything all right?
Jenna looks up, a sympathetic smile on her face.
Carl's not feeling too good.
You want to sit on a bench or something? If I move, I'm good.
That's what you get for stuffing your face right before the ride. Fat ass.
You think they sell ginger pills here? Or ginger ale, at least?
A joint would be nice. There are some vendors over there. I'll go check. I'm sure they have weed for you, Carl.
Fucking pothead.
I'm actually glad everyone's preoccupied with Carl right now. Take some of the heat off TJ.
Let's move you to a bench. It'll be better if you're there sitting down.
Slowly, Jenna and Leo lift Carl up, and now I can see from his face that he really is ill. To the average person, our little outing might already seem like a disaster, but this is perfectly typical for us. Nothing ever went according to plan. We sit Carl down at a bench, and he bends over, his face in his hands as he moans softly.
It's got gurgles.
TJ comes back with a medium-sized cup in his paws. He sits next to Carl.
I just got a flashback of Wayne's World. Pull out like a teeny tiny little cup. Here, Carl, spew into this. Splash and overflow everywhere.
No ginger ale. Oh, no, wrong voice. No ginger ale, but they did have some lime soda. Because I'm a limey now. I'm not from Britain.
Wait. Wait. If it's lime soda and he's a limey now because he's from Britain, what did he fill the cup up with? Is it yellow? Carl takes it and sips a little.
Carl's into that, okay? Flynn opened his eyes to a lot of things.
Carl takes it and sips a bit of it before sitting back and belching.
Fuck it. I'm done, guys.
What? You're gonna do... What are you gonna do all day? Sit there?
Actually, me and Chase are gonna go see some shows. You can come with us.
Ugh. Guys, Guys, we were doing this to hang out with each other, remember?
Then I need chula time.
Ugh. Leave them. We're wasting time, Leo.
Flynn turns and walks off, his hands shoved into his pockets, hunched like a stone gargoyle.
He's just like, what the fuck, ruining my day.
He definitely looked the part, being a lizard. Damn, that was probably a bit speciesist.
I do like that they're all just casually somewhat racist towards each other. It's
Right.
like, really?
My little racist, my little specious.
Jenna, go for it.
Well, we all have our phones. Text us, alright?
Sure.
Jenna turns and follows Flynn, but Leo hesitates a moment. He looks at me before eventually turning to follow Flynn and Jenna. 5 minutes later, Carl's stomach settles to the point where he's able to get up and walk. At this point, I'm completely wiped out and I just want to sit down. I point out the first stage we see and they agree. I say gratefully as when I sit down. I crack an eye open and see Carl giving me a sidelong glance.
I don't sleep well in motel beds without my security form. Actually, I woke up around 2 and you were not on. No, actually, Carl didn't say that. It's TJ. I actually woke up around 2 and you were gone.
Now TJ is looking at me too, and I feel my gut clench for a second.
Yeah, I tried to go for a walk down the street. Hoped it would get me tired. Well, if that happens again, you just walk over to my house. I'm like up to 3 every night. Wow, why?
Carl shrugs, leaning back and sticking his hooves up against the chair in front of him, earning him a dirty glance from its occupier.
It's mostly sometimes I read.
Carl rubs his chin, opening his muzzle, closing it, then opening it again.
You know, it would be pretty cool if you spent the night one of these days. The house can be kind of creepy as hell when you're the only one in it. It's like there's ghosts or something in there.
Yeah, it's weird.
You're alone? Yeah, parents are vacationing in the regal paradise having a bloody good time. They tell me.
Carl tries to put on an accent, but he doesn't do a very good job of it.
He's like, Duke Stoner and British, like, top of the morning to you, bloody. It's
It's more Irish.
It top of the morning time. I don't know.
Oh, top of the morning to you.
It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger's eye.
This makes a little time. Next time I meet an Irishman, I'm gonna get a hit.
Oh, you thought his name was Jacksepticeye? Well, we're gonna call you Jack Black Eye.
Yeah, here it comes.
Carl blows a raspberry, laughing.
How does he do that without someone's better?
Just blow it through your lips and your tongue.
Not really. Mom told me right away that the weed isn't legal there either. So I took that as them not wanting me to come along. Oh.
That's right.
They didn't
Potts
go to
Hendrickson.
Amsterdam then, huh?
Potts Hendrickson.
Well, yeah, his grandma's name is Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
They did say that the chocolate there is real, whatever that means. But they said they'll bring me some. Which I guess I'm not enough of a fat ass yet. Come on, Carl. I like those cakes. But dude, I'm getting there. Soon all I'll have to do is stand in front of the mirror, block out my face, and then I can trick it to my boobs.
I make a dumb, snorting, croaking sound, and I can feel TJ looking at the two of us disapprovingly.
He's shaking his head. Just like, what the hell?
Not the hardest thing to do when you're high. Well, the friend doesn't like it. Wait, you've actually done it while it's your mom?
Carl shrugs, smirking at me. I reach out and grab his chest. From what I can tell, there's a pretty firm set of pecs under there.
Yeah, Carl is secretly ripped. Wait, Carl puts on a mock horrified look on his face. Sexual assault! He tests my wrist! Oh, whatever, Carl. They're harder than mine. Ooh, you're comparing hardness. So, now that we're teenage girls in the locker room comparing raps. Hey, you're the one that brought up tits. You know what? I can see it, yeah.